Hi, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to my new office. This is a brand new space. It's a lot smaller than the last space that I was in, and as you can see, I have done nothing except unload every book onto these two bookshelves. I do have a bookshelf to the side that has my book of the month books on it, but everything else is back there. I have an empty bookshelf here beside me. I'm hoping to make this area to my right another filming background. So I hope that I will have two different backgrounds where I can film just like I am, and I'll have new bookshelves back here, and then I'll have these bookshelves over here. So I am in the process of looking for the right bookshelves. I want taller bookshelves so that I can, spread books out and add more books and move other things around. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Is I have a book haul from June. June was my birthday month, and so that's what we're going to start with. Books that were gifted to me. Not necessarily for my birthday, because some of them weren't, but that's what we're going to start with. The books that were gifted to me. My aunt has always been a really big reader, and she just recently realized that I just recently started reading fantasy, and fantasy has always been her favorite genre, and so she gave me 4 books that are her favorites for me to just check out. They're definitely well loved. She reads and rereads her books, and so I have The Hero and the Crown by Robin McKinley. Like you can tell, she has definitely loved this book. Also, Willow by Wayland Drew. Now, I've definitely seen the movie Willow multiple times, mostly from her house, because she loves it. And so she told me I should read the book and let me borrow all of these. So then she told me her absolute favorite author is Jean Auel. I don't even know how you say her name. It's probably like All or something after I'm trying to pronounce it all. But she's got The Clan of the Cave Bear and The Valley of the Horses. Now you can really see that this has been well loved by my aunt. And so she gave me all 4 of these books. She wants me to try them and see what I think about them. So those are going on my list and on my shelf. I'm pretty sure that I already had The Clan of the Cave Bear, just because that sounds really familiar to me, but I don't know. Anyway, let's move in to the gifted books for my birthday. One of my friends in Texas knows that I like to read, and she has a friend who is an author, and she apparently writes kind of thriller mystery books, and her name is Mindy McGinnis, and so she got me Not a Drop to Drink and In a Handful of Dust. And so I think it's really cool that my friend has a friend who is a writer, and so she gave me these two books to read, and she says that she has more books that I can try. So that's going to be exciting to check those books out. Okay, this one I didn't actually get as a gift, but it came from my traveling bookshelf. Do you guys see all of these tabs? This is The Inheritance Games. I read it and I tabbed it up. Mine are the pink tabs on the inside, the smaller pink ones. Then somebody else, I don't remember which one of them did which color, but one of them did green and the other one did purple. And so I have a super tabbed up copy of The Inheritance Games. This was the book that I started the traveling bookshelf with, and I absolutely loved getting this back in the mail. I have not even had a chance yet to sit down and read everybody else's thoughts, but I love it. Oh, here it is, right here in the front. So the purple, I did the green. I thought I did the pink. I did the green, then Corinne did the purple, and Kayla did the pink. So I cannot wait to sit down and go through it and look at all their thoughts. So this was kind of like an awesome gift to get in my birthday month. Then from you guys, from the viewers and other booktubers, I got a few things. So from Ursi at Cersei's Booked, she got me The Way of Kings. Look at this giant copy of this book. I always think it's funny when really long books are put into paperback, and it just makes them even bigger. This is what all of my Stephen King paperbacks look like. They're just huge like this, so I love it. She also got me Remote Control by Nnedi Okorafor. I have been wanting to read this book. It is very reflective, but I've been wanting to read this for a really long time, and I love that I now have it here physically so that I can just read it whenever I want to. I'm leaving the little cards that say happy birthday inside them. Ursi also had a birthday in June, and speaking of birthdays in June, so did Fina from Fina Reads, and she sent me Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Call. It is such a creepy looking cover. I have heard wonderful things about this book, and I can't wait to get to it. She also sent me The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward. I am so excited about this. She sent me something else that's not a book, but I'll get to that in just a second. The last set of books that I got was from Amy at A Star Reads, and she sent me Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. This is on my Amazon wish list. I'm just really trying to get Brene Brown's books and read more of them. She also sent me Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. This book we read it on the 24-hour readathon for the Council of High Ladies Discord group. I will link that below, and you can go check it out. Every month we vote on a book, and we start reading it at midnight during a live stream, and we try to finish it in 24 hours. It almost never works, and also I've not finished this, so it definitely didn't work in June. Not because the book was not good. I really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed what I've read, but in June I just have not had a lot of time, as I have been moving and unpacking. I'm saving one. I got another one. I'm saving it for last because it's the best thing I've ever gotten, ever. So let's go back to Fina. She got me the books. She also got me this 1,000-piece puzzle. How beautiful is that? I cannot wait to put this together, and I will definitely do it in a reading vlog so that y'all can see what it looks like. Speaking of puzzles, we're moving into what I got for myself for my birthday, and I ordered the puzzles from Brandon Sanderson's Dragonsteel. So I got this. Oh, that is very reflective. I'm going to try to hold it like this. So it's called The First Ideal, as you can see, and it's from Stormlight Archives. I haven't even read the books, but what I've decided is when I start reading them is when I'm going to put the puzzle together. Speaking of the puzzle, that was the 500 piece. This is the 1,000 piece, and this is the map. Oh, great. Roshar map. I know I don't know what that is because I've not read them yet. But I will know what it is, and I'll put this together again while I'm reading those. Here's what I'm really scared about already is all of the water that's surrounding the land is going to be a lot of blue pieces that I'm going to have to put together. And I already dread it. Okay, so the books that I bought for myself, it's not a ton, but I've started, some of my pre-orders for the second half of the year have already started arriving. So I got Night of the Living Rez. I bought this. This is a series of stories, but also I asked for the ARC on NetGalley and I got approved. So I've got it in physical form and I have it on audio from NetGalley. So I'm going to read it and put a review up on NetGalley, but I cannot wait to check this out. I'm so excited about it. I will tell you, it does say that it's set in a native community in Maine, and it has a collection of stories about what it means to be Penobscot in the 21st century and what it means to live, survive, and persevere after tragedy. So I like it that it's about a Native American experience that's happening now in the 21st century. I really think that's going to be cool to explore some of that because I've not read a lot of books about Native American experiences now. I've read a few, but not a lot. So I think I'm really looking forward to that. I also, as a pre-order, got The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. I've actually not read any Riley Sagers, but I'm making a little collection for an upcoming author spotlight vlog. So stay tuned. Then, I don't know if you guys have Ollie's where you live, like a discount shopping place. I don't know, a discount shopping center or something, but I went in there and I found some books. So it's for an upcoming reading vlog, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I will just tell you what the books are. This is The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. Again, very shiny. I've never read any Ruth Ware, but I really want to. So, The Train to Impossible Places by P.G. Bell. I mean, it looks middle grade. I had to get it. It looks like a middle grade adventure, which is amazing. Before She Was Helen by Caroline Cooney. Gosh, Caroline Cooney. Before She Was Helen. And Last Days of Night by Graham Moore. That was strictly a cover buy for both of it. Well, really for all of these except the Ruth Ware book, because I mean, I've heard of her before. I've never heard of any of these other authors, so it was strictly cover buys, just looking at the thing. Now, is everyone ready to hear the best gift that I got? It's Mapping the Interior by Stephen Graham Jones. And I know what you're thinking, like, that's the best gift that you got? And I'm going to tell y'all what happened. If you were here for the 30 days of Stephen Graham Jones, you saw that Kate Coy at her channel, which I will link below, did like 4 or 5 days of the 30 days. She did more than me, I think, which at one time I had the most days, and then she said, hey, I'll take more of these. And I was like, absolutely perfect, because I am moving. So she took some extra days, and I was really happy about it. Then on, I don't know, July 1st, July 2nd, sometime around there, I get a message from her on Discord, and she says, hey, I'm at an event, and Stephen Graham Jones is here, and he's signing books. And she gave me a list of possible books, and she was like, would you like for me to get you an autograph? And I was like, oh, of course, absolutely. And so she gave me a list of books, and this was on the list, and I said, well, Mapping the Interior was the very first thing I read by him, so that would be cool to have that signed. She also had The Least of My Scars on there, and I was like, that is possibly right now my favorite thing that I've read by him, so that would be cool to have that. And the only one that she listed that I hadn't read was Lead Feather, and I was like, that would be cool to have an autograph of a book I haven't read yet. So you kind of just pick what you want to get for me and get signed. And so she didn't tell me which book she picked. She just said, okay. And then the next day she said, okay, I got it. I'm putting it in the mail. And I didn't really forget about it, but we had the movers come and they brought all of our stuff. And then we have been mad scrambling, unpacking. And I got a box in the mail yesterday. And it looked like it was a book box, but it also felt really light because, I mean, this is a short story novella kind of thing. So it's really short and light, of course. And so I was like, did it fall out? Because it looked like it had extra tape around it. And I was like, am I about to open an empty box? So I was very confused. I opened it up, and this was inside. And I was like, oh, this is the thing that Kate got for me. And so I opened it to the autograph, which is right here. And it says, Amanda, thanks so much for the huge read-along. Stephen Graham Jones. I was like, oh my goodness. So I came in here and I messaged Kate and I was like, I got it. Thank you so much. And thanks for telling him about the read-along. Like, that's very cool that you told him. And she said he already knew about it. That she told him she was getting this book autographed for her friend Amanda, who had organized this read-along. And he said, oh, is it 30 Days with Stephen Graham Jones? Now I feel like I should have given it a cooler title since he knew about it. But anyway, so she said, yes, it is. And so she told me that he already knew about it and that he was excited that it existed, that it was a thing. I had a moment where I just told everybody in my house about it. They don't care. I could not stop looking at the book and looking at the signature and I just couldn't. I could not even handle myself at that moment. I love it so much. I told my husband, so as we were unpacking all of these book boxes, one thing I noticed was that these packers do not care about books the way I do, and so a lot of them were like crooked and bent and stuff because they just threw them in a box. And so I told my husband, I was like, this book goes in my suitcase every time we move because I do not want the packers messing with this book. I don't want it to get messed up. So this is my new favorite thing. Thank you so much, Kate, for taking the time to go. I'm sure you had to stand in line to get the autograph, and thinking of me to get me a book with his autograph. I'm just blown away. Everybody sending me stuff was very cool. I was a little bit worried about filming these because a lot of times when I see people's book hauls, especially when they're for birthdays or around Christmas, I actually start to get a little bit, I don't know if jealous is the right word, but I just get a feeling of being left out because everybody is getting books from all of these people that I want to get books from. And then I feel like, well, I have to send them books in order for them to send me books. And it just feels like a weird kind of, I don't know, mutual payback kind of situation, and I didn't want to get into that. I have people that I've sent gifts to, a ton of people, so I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. And clearly I have my Amazon wish list down in the description, and I did that because last year on my birthday somebody said, oh, your birthday's coming up, you better get your wish list out. And I was like, what? I had just started BookTube in March, I think, or April, and my birthday was in June, and she said, yeah, people are going to want to send you stuff, so you've got to have your wish list. And I was like, oh. So I had to go create an Amazon wish list and put books on it that I wanted to get and put it down in the description. So it's there. Clearly I like receiving books, so I just am still coming to grips with how I feel about it, and I hope that none of you are feeling any kind of way about it other than excited for me to read these books that I got and maybe discuss them with you. If there's anything that I got that you do want to read together, I would love to hear about it. Somebody just messaged me on one of my other videos. Oh, it was my 100 books to read in a lifetime, and she's like, oh, I want to read this book. And I said, let's do it. So we started July 1st, and we've been slowly making our way through this huge book. So if there's anything I got that you want to read, it doesn't have to be now. We can schedule it way in the future. But just let me know, and I will make a note, and we can decide or talk back and forth about when we want to do it. Thank you for listening to all the ramblings that I had today. For some reason, clearly I've been unpacking and not talking about books in a while, and I have missed it. So I will be back. Hopefully this background behind me will be continually changing until I find the perfect way that I want my books to be, at least for that week. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.